Hi everyone, I'm Tamara Maklabanga. I'm the founder and chief content officer at Alaking Creatives. Welcome back to another episode of the 50 digital technology solutions that every business needs. And today I am chatting to Jacques. Jacques, could you please introduce yourself?
Hi, everybody. My name is Jacques Subamana, and I'm a founder at Kuba Technologies. We build cool technologies for small businesses, with our aim being mostly informal businesses across South African townships. So we're trying to digitize them, make it easier for them to operate, and create jobs in their communities.
Awesome. Okay, so let us jump into the first question. So, could you please just give us a more detailed overview of who Kuba Technologies is and what exactly it is that you do that promotes township growth?
Yeah, so, wow, that's a big question. Who Kuba Technology is? So Kuba Technology, we launched in 2017 as a response to high unemployment rate. And I believe that to bridge that gap of unemployment rate is obviously working with small businesses. And if you go in a township, majority of small businesses are informal, meaning they don't have really operational track records or things that helps them grow their business in terms of accessing to financial support, accessing to bigger clientele. So I started off and saying, what can we do for these small businesses to give them that first step into formalization, which then we built an invoicing tool for them they can use through their mobile device. It's a mobile site, they don't need to download it. And then we also built a request for quotation tool, which allowed yourself to submit a request for quotation, say you need a plumber or somebody to make t-shirts for you. And then that request goes directly to township enterprises through an SMS with a link where they can then accept it. And that was really the early steps. And going forward, we introduced as well on-demand business training education. We found a lot of our users lacked customer etiquette, and we say, how can we then bring such information, such knowledge to the space where they're in while they're trading regularly. So in a nutshell, we are a marketplace. At the same time, also we are a business development platform. So we're trying to take in two hats at the same time.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that overview. Now, I just want to ask you, so there are a number of companies out there that, they do business development, they do have a marketplace and all of that. So what is your unique selling point as Kuba Technologies?
What our unique selling point? I believe we user focused. Our approach, we don't see ourselves actually as a tech business, but rather a sustainable, in terms of small business sustainable development platform. So we'll really listen a lot to our users, and we walk the journey with them. We develop with them. We currently have over 2,400 active monthly users. And I'll say majority of those have been referred by their fellow small businesses in these communities. So it means that we're doing something right. So we human focused rather than technology focused. Technology just enables us to simplify the work we do, but our selling point is really about walking the journey with entrepreneurs that have been previously been neglected or have not been reached or been given the resources that they need to operate.
Nice. Awesome. Okay, so moving on to the next question. So what is the number one problem you solve for your users on a day-to-day basis?
The biggest problem we solve for our users is helping them to get paid faster. So having a professional invoice is a very key thing in the townships. That's why there's a lot of pop-up internet cafes, because people struggle to submit invoices. And for us was to respond to this. And we say, let's put together a quick and easy to understand invoicing platform that anyone can use, depending on, doesn't matter what educational background you have. So for us was to say, here's a platform, invoice your customers so you can get paid, and then we'll do everything afterwards.
Okay, nice. Just a quick question. I know your focus seems to be a lot on townships, but can any business make use of Kuba technology?
Most definitely, any business is welcome. We always say, if you're looking for to send out an invoice to your clients. You register on Kuba, it's free to do that. So any business can do that. You don't have to be in a township, even though our focus in a township, but we've got a lot of users within the city centers across South Africa that use the system.
Okay, that's perfect then. Okay, so what, in your opinion, what do you think is the biggest challenge that small businesses are facing in South Africa today? And like, this is before the pandemic even. I know the pandemic right now is the biggest struggle, but before the pandemic even, what do you think was the biggest problem that South African small business were facing, and how can they overcome those challenges?
Yeah. So I think the biggest problem, maybe a little bit, a lot of small businesses have designed into a survivalist mode. And with this, as a business owners, they struggle to really understand the potential their business holds because they're always chasing their month end. And that makes it harder for a business owner to make right decisions on how to take their business. So I think, so that's the biggest challenge. How do we turn the business owners to move away from being survivalist small businesses to actually become proper functioning business owners? And I think that also comes to lack of access to information, to knowledge that helps an individual or a small business owner to say, how can I improve my business? But also the fundamental, just the basic support to small businesses. You know, we saw it with the COVID when it hit. A lot of small business did not receive the COVID relief funds that they were hoping to receive. And this, again, it's another indication that there's a lot of work needs to be done in terms of creating sustainable small businesses where we know where they are, we know their needs are. So yeah, we need a data-focused approach to understand small businesses. So I think it's a mind shift. The biggest challenge has been a mind shift for small business owners to start seeing their business as much bigger than it is.
Definitely. Awesome. And you mentioned the fact that, you know, a lot of businesses did not receive the COVID-19 relief funds that they expected to. So was this something, is this like a problem of the businesses? They thought they're going to get it, but they didn't? Or is this a problem of the government where they promised something and they did not deliver on that?
Yeah, it's a two-sided approach. So the government did say they're going to offer the relief funds to small businesses, but again, they put criteria which are hard to meet, especially if you are a small, business that had not previously received this. How do you run my small business? How do I get my business to be compliant enough? So there have been a misfocus in terms of how do we build sustainable small businesses that are compliant to the government criteria. But at the same time, when things like COVID hit, I believe that the requirements were a little bit too steep for a lot of small businesses in South Africa to meet. And that's why they couldn't qualify for such relief funds. And this really, it shows the cracks in the system in terms of how small businesses are perceived or what is expected of them. So we need to bring those two together. How do we get them to be compliant in an easy and way, and in a more way that they can understand, because a lot of them think that it's going to cost them money when it shouldn't.
And how do businesses become like compliant? Is this something that Kuba Technologies also has, like as part of their platform, like an educational sort of resource platform, or would they have to go into Google and search for it themselves?
Yeah, so I mean, we actually have a really cool, very short, like 30 minutes course called Build and Improve Your Business, which gives you the step-by-step on how to get your business compliant, how to get your business registered, how to, where you can access other different support out there. But I mean, a lot of that knowledge is out there on Google, but the challenge is a lot of people need that central point. Where do I go to do this? And I know Department of Small Business and other government institutes like CEDA, they've been working to get this information out there. But I think it's, the small business landscape is too big and too wide, that we need to shed more lights to such information. And COVID has not helped at all. So we need to do that more.
No, I definitely agree with that, Jacques. Okay, so final question for the day. So at Alaking Creatives, we have adopted this framework called the 5 1s framework, and we encourage all businesses to pretty much focus on one product or service, sell that to one target audience through one traffic source using one conversion method, and doing all of this for 1 year. So knowing those 5 1s, how would Kuba Technologies apply that into their business if they had to?
It's really interesting. Yeah, I was actually trying to read about it, and it's really onto something super great. Like
Thank
I think
you.
if we follow, it, we'll definitely be successful. I think for us, it's also we're coming back to refocus again. It's a challenge when you work in small business. There's so much problems, so much challenges, and you're trying to assist as many people as you can, but you're not doing justice to them or to yourself. So I think for us is again going back and focusing on our core functionality. How do we build a proper, invoicing receipt tools? How do we build a proper RFQ for individuals that are looking to work with these businesses, and really focus on that connection between small businesses and individuals that want to buy from them, to a point where everything else will fall in place. So yeah, I'm not really sure how to answer it, because I think it has been that thing that has kept me overnight. Like, this is really great if we focused on that, like 5 key things that makes our core function well. So it's still my homework. It's still something I need to do. Yeah, but it's always like back to basics. Why you started. I think it helps.
And that was really the idea behind the whole 5 1s framework. I believe that so many businesses, like, they've got so many ideas in their heads and they want to implement everything at the same time. And
Yeah.
especially as a small business, like, it's going to be impossible to do everything that the big corporations are doing. So just taking things back and just focusing on 5 things that are all essential to your business and your business's objectives is so important. So I would say that, hey, go do your homework, go look and evaluate how can you apply that. I really believe it will help.
Yeah, no, I think it's important to always look at why you started. We always forget that when we go in and means in everyday running of a business, but I think your why you started becomes important to help you refocus on that. So maybe, yeah, once a week with the team, go back and say, why are we actually doing what we're doing, and then I think that will help us refocus again. Yeah, thanks for that.
Okay,
Yeah.
Jacques, I do not want to take too much of your time. I just want to say thank you so much for this opportunity to interview you. I really wish you and Kuba Technologies all the best. It is an amazing platform, and I think that a lot of businesses can benefit from it.
Thank you, Tamara.
No problem. Thanks, guys, for watching. I'll see you again next time.